Here we go again. This is section 1.3, example 2. All right, it looks like we're getting a little bit more complicated here, but don't freak out. It's not as difficult as you think. The first thing you want to do though is write your equation. This 0.5 is the same as a half. You could write the fraction if you wanted to, but let's leave that for the decimal there for right now. The first thing we're going to do is we've got 2 times 3n minus 4. That means this 2 is being multiplied to the 3n and that negative 4. The 0.5 is being multiplied to the 10 and to that negative n. This is called the distributive property. Get to know it. You will do this all the time. The distributive property happens a lot. Now, let's figure it out here. 2 times 3n is 6n. 2 times a negative 4 is negative 8. 0.5 times 10 is 5. How did I know that? Well, if 0.5 is half, what's half of 10? 5. 0.5 times negative n is negative 0.5n. Now, we need to combine our like terms. We need to get n on one side of the equal sign and everything else on the other. And by doing that, we're going to get rid of this 0.5n here by doing the opposite of what it is, which is adding 0.5n. You must do the same thing on this side. Now, the 0.5n over here cancels out. You cannot add 0.5n to that negative 8. It only goes to the 6n. Okay? That's the like term. You can't do 6n minus 8. Makes no sense because this has no n. So we just did addition property of equality by adding on both sides. Okay? We get 6 plus 0.5 is 6.5n minus 8 equals 5. Okay, we're almost there. Let's subtract that, or get rid of this 8 by taking the opposite, which is adding 8 on both sides. Okay, that's the addition property of equality again. And now we're left with 6.5n equals 13. Okay, how do I divide with a decimal? Or why am I dividing? Let me explain that first. To get n by itself, we must divide by 6.5 because this is the same as multiplication. To cancel out that 6.5, we'll divide both sides by 6.5. That is called the division property of equality. You'll need to know these. You're going to need to know these in the geometry as well. So now you're left with n equals whatever 13 divided by 6.5 is. Now, sure, you can use a calculator, or it's pretty simple actually. 6.5 into 13. If you move that decimal over and make this 65, and you move the decimal over and it makes 130, 65 into 130 is 2. 65 times 2 is 130. 2. There's my answer. Then I could plug this in here and solve, and if this is the same as this, my answer would be correct. I won't show you that part, but you could if you wanted to do that.